All right. Hi. Welcome. Today, I'm going to do a class on grounding, but more specifically, just because here in Montana, we've kind of had a shift in weather, even though it's supposed to be like back in the 80s again later this week, or even like tomorrow. But just that idea that autumn is coming and that season transition, which can take a lot out of your body. So transitional seasons, there's transition from like summer to autumn, which is kind of what we're going through now. But also autumn is kind of just a transitional season into winter. Same thing like spring into summer. And in Ayurvedic philosophy, seasons, if you're not familiar with Ayurvedic philosophy, you can look it up. I highly suggest it. It's interesting. But there is 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And each dosha has its own properties. And every body type is you have 3, each of those doshas in your body, but one is more dominant than the other, or 2 can be a little more dominant than one. It's all about kind of keeping that balance and depending on body type and what dosha you are, it can be thrown out of whack if you have too much of one of the doshas, and you kind of need to use physical things like food, exercise, things like that to kind of pull it back, or also, meditation, things like that. It kind of goes hand in hand with yoga. So right now, and what autumn will be, is a Vata season. So not only bodies can have these doshas properties, seasons do, places do, like a place like Montana is very Vata as well. And Vata properties is cold and wind, basically. So if you think about it, autumn can be cold and windy, and a lot of those transition seasons, like spring and autumn, tends to be a little windier because like the season is coming in, like winter is coming in. So properties can be very drying, and with the cool too as well. So what we want to do in these times of this season transition, especially summer is a pitta, which is more acidic in heat. So we're kind of coming off that, now going into more of the wind and cool. So if you kind of get thrown off balance, if you kind of lean into that wind and cool a little too much, that's how you get sick. You don't feel balanced. So basically, to find balance in these Ayurvedic properties, we do more of, so for Vata, wind and cold, we want warm and more grounding, slowing down. Vata tends to be very like, and even kind of in a way of thinking, like a Vata person, like thinking wise is a little more airy as well. So it's kind of, you can feel a little detached if you don't ground. And hence, also why a huge part of diet during autumn is things like squash, these like buttery, very rooted vegetables, because you eat those and find balance in that Vata. So warm soups, things like that. So we're going to really kind of concentrate on class today on warming, oily. I don't know how we're going to get oily, but this is kind of what I think of when kind of counteracting Vata, is counteracting that dryness, that wigginess, that constant movement, especially coming out of summer, which is acidic and hot and like wet, and then going straight to something that's also kind of manic, can throw you off balance a lot. So kind of focusing on grounding. So the class today will be a lot of kind of like longer holds. We'll really stay on the mat for a lot of it. We won't be moving a ton and really getting our heart rate up as much. We will be warming up and doing kind of getting into like juicier areas. But yeah, it won't be like a heart pounding class. So yeah, grounding. Anyway, let's get started. Hands over to the knees, eyes closed down. And let's begin breathing into the belly. Long, deep inhales. Long, complete exhales. Focus on elongating the breath, slowing that breath down. And let's transition into Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath is that deep inhale, and then the exhale, you make that soft kind of purring noise in the back of your throat. Exhaling out the mouth, through the back of the throat. It's a very warming, moisture-rich air then it's kind of coming out of the nose. Try to continue this Ujjayi breath throughout your practice. And let's inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, press the hands together in prayer. Bring the hands down to the center of the chest. We'll tune in one long O. Inhale to prepare. Exhale at the mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale for sound. Let's move two hands and knees. Just warm up the spine with some cat cows. Inhale, chin up, tailbone up. Curl the toes under to open up the backs of the feet, bottoms of the feet. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, spread the shoulder blades. Even if you want to come up onto the feet. And kind of focus on where the hands and feet are going. When you inhale, curl those toes. When you exhale, place the tops of the feet on the mat, like the toes. So kind of moving with the feet and hands at the same time. Feeling the mat under you, how that changes. Really gripping the mat on that inhale.
When you're ready, let's open up these cat cows a little bit. So when you inhale, come up. Exhale, round the back and just come back down to child's pose. Elbows, chin, chest towards the ground as you slide forward back to your inhale. And find that Ujjayi breath. One more little addition. When you inhale back to your cow, maybe just come the hips forward a little bit. You can feet up into a seal. Remembering to slow down your movement. And let's move back in. Tabletop, so hands and knees. And just bring the head and hips to one side and then to the other. Stretching out the sides of the body. And curl the toes, press into the hands, and press back into downward facing dog. And inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step half, walk, feet to meet the hands, and forward fold here. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands up over the head, press hips forward. Exhale, Tadasana, hands down to the sides. Now let's just, if you could see my head. Much anyway, but Tadasana, let's stay in Tadasana for a bit. Feet about hip width distance apart, which is only about 2 fists. Lift the toes, bring the pinky toe down. And your other toes all the way down to your big toe. Hands at the sides, palms facing outward, just opening up the palms, shoulders away from the ears. Close the eyes down, let's find that Ujjayi breath again. Feel the ground underneath your feet, your mat underneath your feet, your floor underneath the feet. Stretch the crown of the head tall. Open up the feet more wider than shoulder distance. And feet should be parallel with the sides of the mat, or you can turn the toes a little bit in as well. And let's reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, pull forward, hinging at the hips. Deep forward fold with the legs open here. Let the head hang. Rock back onto the heels. We don't want to do that. Rock forward onto the balls of the feet. So the weight is more in the balls of the feet. Open up the sit bones wide. Continue that Ujjayi breath.
We're kind of to side angle on the left side. So what we're going to do is kind of rotate the feet. So take that right foot, rotate it about 60 degrees, and rotate the left foot so it's facing the front of your mat. And then we're just going to bend that left knee, bring the elbow to the left knee, and bring the hand all the way down, and bring the arm up alongside the ear. And then look down. We're going to straighten that front leg and come into triangle. Bring that right arm down. And just use the hands, walk the hands. We're going to do the other side. So right foot this time, left foot in the back at that angle, right foot forward, and to that side angle. And open up to that triangle. Bring that left arm down. And bring the hands towards the middle, straighten up the feet, so you're in that forward fold. Open. We're gonna bring the elbows to the thighs, bend the knees in a pretty wide camper pose here. So you can clasp the hands together. If you need to step in a little bit, that's totally fine. Almost like you're sitting on a chair, in a chair, the spine is nice and straight, crown of the head reaching tall, away from the tailbone. We're just gonna start bouncing the hips. We bounce the hips about 5 times. 3, 4, 5, and then come back into that forward fold. Take a few deep breaths here. And then return those elbows, camper pose. Bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. Elbows to thighs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward fold. And bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, hinge at the hips. Long way up. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands down in cactus, bend the knees, turn the feet out to collie pose. And hold here, breathe deeply. Find again that ujjayi breath. Inhale, up, bring the arms out wide. Exhale, lower the hands down. We're just going to step up to the front of our mat, back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Just stay in this forward fold for a second. Finding the pose, ground down, lift the toes, place them back down, grip the floor. Sit bones pointing directly backwards. Open up your sit bones. Make sure your head's hanging. Shake it, no. Shake it, yes. And we're going to inhale up halfway. Exhale, place the hands on the mat, bend the knees, and step back to a plank. And we're going to hold this plank here for a few breaths. Reach the crown of the head long. And inhale, come back to downward facing dog. Then exhale here in downward dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, step, hop, jump, the feet to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward. Reach the arms up over the head, sit down in the chair. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands and curl the chest and then that chair. Now, we're going to slowly lower down to a squat. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Heels stay on the ground. If you can't keep the heels on the ground, go down as far as you can until the heels lift. Then be there. Not with the heels lifted, with them on the ground. It might be something like this if you do like a camp workout. And we're going to hold here, breathe. Let's sit all the way down on the butt. Bring up this long. We're going to do a forward fold here. So flex the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for the toes, but hinge at the hips, keeping the neck nice and long. Spine nice and long. You are hinging at the hips, not the waist. So you're not trying to get your forehead to your knees. You're trying to reach the crown of the head long and fold over. Nice, long, deep breath here again. Find that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, come on. Exhale, let's open up the legs to a big V, wherever it's comfortable. Now we're going to do center fold here. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, flex the feet again. Exhale again, fold at those hinging at the hips. Walk the hands out. Crown of the head nice and long. Continuing the Ujjayi breath.
come walk the hands up. Exhale, you're gonna bring the left leg, left foot into the right thigh. And we're gonna come over to the side. So let's inhale, reach that left arm up and over, flexing that right foot, reaching that left hand for the right foot. Breathing here. Don't try to cave in and just fold over like this. We're stretching the side of the body. So you're bending deeply in the right waist, extending the left waist, reaching tall. Feel like you can lift the head up through that left arm, gazing through that left arm under the arm. Inhale, come up. Exhale, face that right leg and fold over. Inhale, come up. Exhale, switch sides. So left leg long, right leg to the left thigh. Come up and over. So we're going to inhale, reach that right arm. Exhale, bring it over to the left. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, face that left foot and fold over the left. Come on up. Exhale, we're going to bring these soles of the feet together, round angle pose. Knees towards the mat. Open up the feet like pages of a book. Inhale, chest open. Sit nice and tall. Exhale, again, hinge at the hips. Try to bring that belly or that chest into the hands. Crown of the head reaches long. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, let's bring the feet out in front of us. We do a twist, half forward of a fish's pose. Let's take the right foot, bring it into the left thigh. The leg hips are forward, so feet are straight out in front of you. And then you're going to take that left foot, you can either put it on the inside or all the way on the outside of that knee. On the inside, so a big belly on the way. So won't be doing this to its full extent because right next. Pretty deep twist. So let's inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, you're gonna take it, you're just gonna wrap it around that left knee as much as you can. Again, I have a big belly, I have a hard time getting around, but you can really take that forearm, wrap it around the knee, and then you're gonna take your left hand, bring it behind you as far as you can, bringing the back of that left hand towards the side and around the belly, and then you're gonna just press your forearms together, sitting nice and tall, and then last touch is you're gonna look over your left shoulder all the way to the left corners of the eyes, twisting as much as you can with that chin looking over the left shoulder. A lot of twists are done, deep twists like this are done like lying on the floor now in yoga, which is great, but I found that these seated twists or twists standing or in, standing asanas really focus on that lengthening of the spine. So when you inhale, crown of the head is reaching tall, tailbone reaching down long, you're extending the spine on the inhale, and exhaling, you're just twisting a little more, rotating a little bit more. Because even in twists, it seems like very compact, but the lengthening is fine. Ujjayi breath. When you're ready, gently unwind, bring the feet in front of you, see your legs. And here, you're going to press the heels into the ground, reach back with the hands, press the palms into the ground, and we're just going to gently press into the heels first so you're kind of engaging the hips and your glutes. You're going to lift the hips up and breathe. Inhale, reach the hips a little higher. Exhale, low down. And we're going to do the other side. So taking the left foot, bringing it into the right thigh. Take that right foot, and place it on the inside, outside of the knee. This time we're going to inhale, reach up the left arm. Exhale, bring and wrap that left arm around the right knee. Bring the right arm behind the back. Try to reach it all the way around. Press your forearms together. You're squeezing your body together nice and long. Inhale. And then exhale, turn that chin to look over the right shoulder. Gaze is in the very right corners of the eyes. Breathe here. moving those hands outwards. This time we're gonna lean back on the hands, press the palms into the mat, and then this time we're gonna come up onto our feet, the knees bent, and inhale, you're gonna lift the pelvis, bring the head back like a reverse tabletop here. Breathe. And inhale, lift hips one more. Exhale, lower down. I'm gonna come up to a brief boat pose. So either hold on to the backs of the thighs if you like. With my lack of ab muscles, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna lean back onto your tailbone, or you can bring your hands straight down in front of you. You're just gonna find that spot on the tailbone. Chest nice and high, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. And if you can, try to gently straighten the legs if you're there. When you're ready to lift wide. Exhale, bring those feet down. We're going to come all the way down on our back with our knees into our chest. We're going to lift the feet almost like we're trying to squat on the floor or on the ceiling. Got it? We're going to take those arms. We're going to bring them between the knees and on the outsides of the feet. Grab on and do a happy baby here. Try to get from shoulders all the way down your spine, flat on the mat. So you're kind of tucking your tailbone here, trying to get your small of your back on the floor. Knees nice and wide, pushing the knees down with the hands. Breathe in here. When you're ready, release. Bring the knees into the chest. And we're going to do half pigeon. So we're going to roll up to get to half pigeon. But if you don't want to do half pigeon, you can also do figure four with the legs. So that's, bring your right foot to your left knee and pull in here. But if you're going to do pigeon with me, you can rock up and down on the spine. Get that momentum. I'm going to pregnantly get up. In that. And we're going to come all the way through to hands and knees. And then push back into downward facing dog. Let's inhale, lift the little right leg. Exhale, bring that shin parallel at the front of your mat. And sit back. And first we're going to lift the chest here. Stretch out that hip flexor. Again, find that huge height. And on your next exhale, lower down. Elbows or forehead all the way to the mat, hands out, palms face up. Breathe here. The belly in the waist and not able to demonstrate it fully. But you're really pulling that top of your feet or going away from the spine. Try to relax the hips as much as possible. Melt into the floor.
Pushing with your hands. And push back to downward facing dog. Shaking out that right leg. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, lift the left. Bring that left shin parallel to the front of the mat. Back on that right leg.
Take a few breaths just to stretch out that hip flexor, breathe. When you're ready on the next exhale, lower down to where you can be relaxed but engaged, feeling the stretch, but it's not painful. It's you're opening, but you're not straining to open. You're able to relax again, melt those hips into the mat. Tune into that Ujjayi breath. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Pushing the hands again, push back to down. And look forward, bend the knees, step, hop, jump, walk the feet. Hands forward, hold here. Then we're slowly gonna sit down. And feet on that slowly bent. Come on all the way down to your back. So I would actually really encourage you, if you have a wall you can put your feet up against, that would be great, or your legs up against. If not, it's fine. What we're gonna do is you can either just keep the hips butt on the ground, or if you want, you can get like a bolster, pillow, block, put that under your hips as well, if it's a little more comfortable. And then we're just gonna lift the feet up to 90 degrees, flexing the feet gently. Palms on the floor, or you can even put them on your belly. So, again, like I said, I really encourage, if you have it in your home, just to put your feet up against the wall, so legs straight up against the wall, and just breathe here. Nice, long, deep breaths. Legs up against the wall, or legs up like this, kind of drains your lymph system. It's really good for you, especially again during these like transitioning times where it's like hot and cold and windy and again, this is, kind of, it brings in sickness, you can tend to start feeling cold or ill, just because of the drastic changes in temperature and just change in general kind of coming into the body, can disrupt it. Legs up against the wall, great way to just kind of generally stay healthy. And again, nice, deep, ujjayi breath. Now, if you'd like, you can come and bring the feet down all the way down and lie flat on your back for Shavasana. Or if you would like, just keep your feet up against the wall or keep your feet up, that's great. I would encourage you to keep your feet up or up against the wall. It's so easier than trying to keep your feet up on your own. But if your feet are already up against the wall and your legs against the wall, maybe just stay here. See what it's like. Doing this for at least 5 minutes is really what you need to do to really get the benefits of the legs up. So I encourage you to, but if not, just lie flat on the back, prepare yourself for Shavasana, final relaxation. Make the breath maybe a little gentler. Relaxing your jaw into your inner ear. Relax their eyes into their sockets. deepening your breath. Pull the breath into the belly. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Finding your wrists and ankles. And inhale, reach the arms over the head, nice big stretch. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side on the spine. And when you're ready, you can either roll over to one side, push yourself up that way to seated, or rock up and down the spine. Come all the way up into seated. Hands in prayer on the chest. Maybe stay healthy in these times of transition. Love tool, light tool, peace tool. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, folding forward, sealing your practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Another really good thing to do also during this fall transition is just from personal experience, but it's also an Ayurvedic thing. Well, it's just a very yogic thing, but neti potting is great because that warm, salty water, you're just kind of keeping things moving. Because again, wind and cold, so getting mucusy, it's going to immediately harden up. So it's nice to like get that stuff, keeping it moving. It helps a lot just to do every day. Don't wait till you have a cold, because then your nose is plugged up and it doesn't do the same thing. So keeping it moving is really great. Eat a lot of soup as well. These grounding, nourishing things. All right. Until next time. Thank you.